Good morning. Let's take a look at yesterday and welcoming in a whole raft of new and very interesting leagues. Pardubice against Poulsen. Welcome to the start of the Czech Chance League for Pardubice. This was a second bottom v second top, and that is the kind of scoreline that you will associate with 1.3 odds and lower. Showed you that in a previous video, didn't I? Let's have a look at any trading angles. Would have been a Pardubice opening goal, particularly an own goal. But no, done and done by half-time. Poulsen, a side worth following. Don't forget, second last season. Viborg and Copenhagen. I did warn you. Bit of fun from Viborg. Unbeaten in the last two head-to-heads. What an absolute humdinger on the opening day in the Superliga, with Copenhagen gaining revenge over failing to beat them last season. Don't forget, it was Viborg's taking points off Copenhagen that cost Copenhagen the title. An opening Groningen penalty could have alerted you to a possible trading angle here. And Elianusi, which is a big name for Copenhagen, if it's the Elianusi, that's a hell of a signing. Done and done by the 51st minute. So if you were struck with the revenge angle for the head-to-heads, we were expecting a bit of fun from Viborg yesterday. But a warning to you about these opening matches of the season will come in a few minutes. Koje and Hoverdovre. Well, Hoverdovre, side worth following this season. I will be keeping sharp tabs on them. They did drift markedly from 1.62. Spain, ladies, really let the Swiss off the hook yesterday. It's usually slaughter when the Spanish ladies turn up. We're talking 4 goals on average. The opening goal, a penalty. This was your archetypal quarter-final nerves, isn't it? Switzerland parking the Toblerone, the big Toblerone, in front of goal. Nearly did for them. But a 9th minute own goal, and De Castillo putting the finishing touches on that Spanish win. It could have been bloodshed, really, at 1.08, but a routine win and a very nervy win for the Spanish ladies. That's what you do with these quarterfinals. They could either set alight or they could be tight, nervy affairs. That's why I don't tend to trade them. My old pals into Turku, deciding to score yet again, but this time in a 2-2 draw at 1.22 away favourites. The only real angles in here, any KTP lead. No, KTP were pretty much coming from behind, and it all occurred in the first half. No trading angles there for me yesterday. So it's hotting up nicely, isn't it? We've got the Czechs with us, we've got the Poles with us, and they bring with them their second-tier leagues as well. The Danes, Romanians as well. Irish FAI Cup, there was a few matches which I highlighted to look at prior. Bray, 1.09, producing, say it along with me, 3-0, 3-1, any other home score. Drogheda, 1.05, say it along with me, 3-0, 3-1, any other home score. This one was 5-0. So you can see the pattern with short odds and expectation for goals. Not quite the way with Galway, but they'll take a win anyway. Waterford as well, 1.23. Shamrock Rovers, 1.14. Look at the scorelines, 5-1 and 4-0. That in itself is a pattern for you to take into this season. The market's done the work for you. They're actually giving you your choice of correct scores. Pretty neat. So watch that for this season. Salzburg and Rosenborg, 2.5 the favourite. No thank you. Big shock in the extra class is Tamilika. I think they're newly promoted. 0-4 win against Jagiellonian Bialystok, who were one of the top sides last season. This is a lesson for you to learn about the opening day of the season. Shocks will occur. Early enthusiasm could see teams straight out of the blocks. And just doing the manager's job, the manager's tactical job, getting it right on the day could do the job. So do watch out for this. This will not be the first shock on the opening day of the season. The only way for me to have traded this would have been that 0-3 at half-time. That's when I'd get involved. But I would not be getting involved. I would be hesitating in the opening day of the season. Hermannstadt, well, Metaglobus newly promoted. will be absolutely delighted because Hermannstadt were 2-0 up. Union Craiova, well, they scored 3 goals in their opener, and that ended 3-3 with 2 goals 94th minute. They didn't make that mistake this time. They scored 3 goals yet again, Craiova. That's 2 consecutive matches they've scored 3 goals in. They're a side to stick in your little black notebook. In your Epstein list, you can stick Union Craiova on that Epstein list of yours. Let's have a look at today's matches. I haven't researched the Czech Republic because it's opening day of the season, or thereabouts. Danish First Division, ditto as well. 2.45 the favourite, Bannical Strava, very familiar name, likely to be up there for the title this season. All I want for Christmas is a Dukla Prague away kit. If you're half man half biscuit fans, well, they are away today against Karviná. Teplice odds on at home, and Sparta Prague always get respect. Sparta Prague and Slavia Prague, the dominant forces in this Czech 1 league. Danish First Division, goals bias, very early in the season. 1.62 and 1.4 favourites at home will get your attention. France women against Germany women, well, this could be an absolute goal fest. Or it could be as nervy as the Spanish against the Swedes. That's the difficulty of playing these quarterfinals. Both teams have a huge reputation for goals. That's all I'll take into this. I can't give you any angles. These quarterfinals, like the playoffs, like the championship playoffs at Wembley, they're just so important that tactics could overcome form. But in other matches, like the Swedes the other day, showing you they could score 2 goals per match before half-time, they did it again in a quarter-final. So it's up in the air. I will show you the recent form, because we've only got a smattering of about 3 matches from the Euros, and it might give you a handle into these two sides. For example, the French ladies, both teams to score with the French ladies winning, is an automatic over 2.5 goals, isn't it, if that pattern continues. 9 goals in the last 2 matches, but they did play Wales. Wales are the the whipping girls, basically. The Germans beat the Poles 2-0. Don't mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it all right. Beat the Danish ladies 2-1 and lost 4-1 to the Swedish ladies. It's not very impressive form, but we do have that both teams to score pattern in 5 out of the 6 matches for these 2 teams. That normally does infer a first half goal, but we just don't know whether quarterfinals are going to go with the form, or they're going to be like the Spanish match where the opening goal was an own goal. Could be as nervy as that today. Looking at the Vikaussliga, it's a bit of a clash. VPS and KuPS. VPS got the beating in the head-to-head, but KuPS are back up and running after that horrendous run, failing to score in 5. They're now pretty much up and at him with nearly an average of 4 goals in the last 3 games. It's going to be a fascinating match. 2.2, bit lukewarm, but if KuPS turn up with their goal-scoring boots on, it could be a very interesting match. FAI Cup, Cork City are literally unbackable at 1.01. Got to be laid if there is a market. You just never know. Boca Juniors 1.01. Auckland City 1. 1.01s do 4. Co-Bramblers away at Bangor Celtic. They are from the top tier or the top 2 leagues. And Shelburne away at Fairview Rangers again from I think it's the Irish Premier Division at 1.05. We might get something. The cup matches have actually been very good trading vehicles, Scotland, Ireland, and the League Cup in England. Norwegian Elite Serien. Brann's pattern is quite clear. If they're in deep shtuck, they tend to get themselves out of jail from the 75th minute onwards. KFUM Oslo coming into this match with the momentum, unbeaten in 5, but consistently against the top 5, top 6, they just tend to fail to score. So watch out for that pattern for Brann. If they are in trouble, 75th minute onwards, they tend to get themselves out of trouble. Molde, well, they are very poor, but Strømgodset are equally as poor. This is about right if Strømgodset continue to concede between 2 and 5 goals against teams away from home around Molde's in the league. So that's the reason for that potential for first half goals here, if we can trust these 2 sides. Bodo Glimt and Viking is one of those top clashes. Very tough to unpack. But Bodo Glimt have trouble scoring that second goal this season away from home, and Viking might be on hand. But then again, Viking are struggling against top 4 teams, top 5. Where's that going to come to top 5? Because that's where Bodo are. Extra Class and Polish First Division, I can't really give you many pre-match angles because the season's just beginning. But I would caution you to look out for Rakow away at Katowice. They are likely to be in the title hunt this season in the Extra Klasa. Don't have any familiar names in the First Division. And in the Romanian Super League, you can see it's already got an air of readability about it, hasn't it? If you can get those angles like the Craiova angle. Cluj, another university perhaps. Cluj and Steaua Bucharest, familiar names, are going to be on the roster today. Scottish League Cup really does flesh out the 3 o'clock coupon, making it very appealing for today's trading. Lots of odds on favourites. They tended to see the strong favourites away from home, but they're not so today. We've got the likes of Livingston at home at 1.08. And you know now, don't you, the relationship between short odds and goals. We saw plenty of that yesterday. Lots of these 1.3 and favourites and shorter in the Scottish Cup. In the Allsvenskan, Djurgården, how on earth they're favourite, I don't know. Maybe their dad or their brother is refereeing today, because Elfsberg and all known form are excellent. Djurgården struggling for that second goal. Did score 5 against... Sorry, sounding like Rod Stewart. I'm just going to clear my throat. Did score 5 against Degerfors in the last match. The only time they scored 2 goals at home. That's not consistent enough, is it? Oster and Malmo. I quite fancy Malmo here. Oster just don't have it. Malmo away from home should get the job done. Degerfors coming off the back of that heavy defeat to Djurgården. Watch out for an over-defensive display from them. Normally when sides have been beaten so emphatically, they do tend to be overly defensive in the next match. Gaias, really good form. Really catch the eye, and at 1.8 looks absolute steel. Yet another away match where the market's getting it wrong. I don't know. Superettan, I haven't even bothered researching today. Why? 2.3 the favourite. 2.45 the favourite. 2.3 the favourite. 2.2 the favourite. It's just far too complicated today. Far too difficult for the market to pick a winner. It's a poor league. I'll take the hint. There's plenty of other football to get us interested today. I will see members of footballtradingprofits.com throughout the day, and we're having a bit of a drive for the subscribe. So if you could be kind, please, and subscribe to the football channel, I would be eternally grateful. You'll be getting some live streams, which should be beginning next week. You'll get a whole load of benefits. We'll be doing some exclusive to YouTube content as well. So please do subscribe. It's youtube.com/@footballtradingprofits, where you're actually watching this video. A quick subscribe will do us the world of good. I'd really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and I'll see members throughout the day on what is a busy, busy coupon.